Hi guys, we're going to do the lesson Tum Kab Jaoge Atithi, taken from Sparsh textbook, grade 9 and chapter 3. It's written by Sharad Joshi. Let's start off with the lesson. Lesson introduction. प्रस्तुत पाठ तुम कब जाओगे अतिथि में शरद जोशी ने ऐसे व्यक्तियों की खबर ली है जो अपने किसी परिचित या रिश्तेदार के घर बिना कोई पूर्व सूचना दिए चले आते हैं और फिर जाने का नाम ही नहीं लेते, भले ही उनका टिके रहना मेजबान पर कितना ही भारी क्यों न पड़े। In this lesson, तुम कब जाओगे अतिथि, the author Sharad Joshi has mentioned about such people who visit their relative's house or acquaintance's house without giving any prior notice. And not only that, they continue staying there for a long time, even though their staying there would create a lot of problems for the host. व्यक्तियों की खबर ली है means he has mentioned such people. Parichit means some acquaintance, rishtedar means relative. Purva Suchna means prior notice. Tike rehna means continue staying there in the host's place. Mezban means host. Atithi means guest. अच्छा अतिथि कौन होता है? Now the author asks, who is a good guest? अतिथि means guest. वह जो पहले से अपने आने की सूचना देकर आए और एक दो दिन मेहमानी करा के विदा हो जाए. He asks us as to who is a good guest. One who gives us prior notice of his arrival and then within 1 or 2 days he leaves us. या वह जिसके आगमन के बाद मेजबान वह सब सोचने को विवश हो जाए जो इस पाठ के मेजबान निरंतर सोचते रहे. Or that person is a good guest who would come to a host's house and after his arrival, the host is forced to think of all those things which the host in this particular lesson kept on thinking continuously. मेहमानी करा के विदा हो जाए means stay there for a few days and after receiving the hospitality to leave that place. आगमन के बाद means after the arrival. आगमन means arrival. विवश हो जाए means be forced to think something. मेजबान host निरंतर means continuously. जाओगे अतिथि, when will you go, O guest? आज तुम्हारे आगमन के चतुर्थ दिवस पर यह प्रश्न बार बार मन में घुमट रहा है. तुम कब जाओगे अतिथि? Today, on the 4th day of your arrival, this question keeps on disturbing or repeating in my mind as to when will you leave, O my guest? Agaman means arrival, Chaturth Divas means 4th day. Ghumat raha hai means it's keeping on bothering the host. तुम जहां बैठे निसंकोच सिगरेट का धुआं फेंक रहे हो, उसके ठीक सामने एक कैलेंडर है. Now the host in this story, he is just looking at the guest and wondering when the guest would leave them. And he's just thinking in his mind that wherever you're sitting and just smoking out the smoke without any hesitation, right in front of you there is a calendar. Here, निसंकोच means without any hesitation. देख रहे हो ना, इसकी तारीखें अपनी सीमा में नम्रता से फड़फड़ाती रहती हैं. The dates written on this calendar, within their limits and with politeness, they keep fluttering. What he means to say is that the days are just passing by without any issues. विगत 2 दिनों से मैं तुम्हें दिखाकर तारीखें बदल रहा हूं. For the past 2 days, I have been changing the dates by showing you. In one way, what the host wants to say is that he's showing the dates to the guest so that the guest realizes that he has been staying there for a long time and that it's time for him to leave. Here vigat means past, तारीखी means dates. तुम जानते हो, अगर तुम्हें हिसाब लगाना आता है कि यह चौथा दिन है, तुम्हारे सतत आतिथ्य का चौथा भारी दिन. If you know and if you know how to calculate, this is your fourth day, the fourth day of your hospitality, which has been so heavy on us. सतत आतिथ्य means hospitality. पर तुम्हारे जाने की कोई संभावना प्रतीत नहीं होती. So the host is just thinking in his mind, in spite of it being the fourth day, there is no possibility of the host leaving. There is no indication which shows that the host is ready to leave now. Sambhavna means possibility. Prateet nahi hoti means no indication is there. लाखों मील लंबी यात्रा करने के बाद वे दोनों एस्ट्रोनॉट्स भी इतने समय चांद पर नहीं रुके थे जितने समय तुम एक छोटी सी यात्रा कर मेरे घर आए हो. Now he compares him, the guest, to the astronauts. He says that the astronauts, in spite of having traveled lakhs of miles, they did not stay on moon for such a long time as is this guest staying in his house, that too after traveling such a short distance, which means that guest's house was not very far away from this host's house. Yatra means journey. तुम अपने भारी चरण कमलों की छाप मेरी जमीन पर अंकित कर चुके. तुमने एक अंतरंग निजी संबंध मुझसे स्थापित कर लिया. तुमने मेरी आर्थिक सीमाओं की बैंजनी चट्टान देख ली. तुम मेरी काफी मिट्टी खो चुके. Now he's thinking all this in his mind. Now he's thinking, that तुम अपने भारी चरण कमलों की छाप. You have left the impressions of your heavy footsteps on my land, on my house. तुमने एक अंतरंग निजी संबंध. You have developed or established a very close personal relationship with us. You have seen my financial limitations and you have dug enough of my mud. Here, what the host means to say is that he has had enough of the guest staying with him. He has crossed his financial limits in treating or taking care of him. And he knows how difficult he is finding it to treat him or to do his hospitality duties towards his guest. अब तुम लौट जाओ. Now please return. अतिथि, तुम्हारे जाने के लिए यह उच्च समय अर्थात high time है. It is high time that you return from here. क्या तुम्हें तुम्हारी पृथ्वी नहीं पुकारती? Doesn't your earth call you back? So here he somehow wants to get rid of the guest. I forgot to tell you the meanings, children. Bhari, charan kamlon ki chhap means, bhari means heavy, charan kamal means footsteps, chhap means impression, ankit kar chuke means you have marked. Antarang means close, niji sambandh means personal relationship, sthapit means established, arthik seemaye means financial limitations, ki banjini chattan means he is pointing towards the tightness of his financial condition. उस दिन जब तुम आए थे, मेरा हृदय किसी अज्ञात आशंका से धड़क उठा था. Now the host is thinking of the day when that guest had arrived without giving any prior notice. He says, when you had come that day, my heart had somehow started beating fast, thinking of some unknown doubt or worried about some unknown doubt. Hriday means heart, agyat means unknown, ashanka means doubt, dhadak uthata means it started beating fast. अंदर ही अंदर कहीं मेरा बटुआ कांप गया. And when you had arrived, somehow my wallet had just trembled. My wallet trembled means that he had financial limitations. So he was worried as to how he's going to take care of the guest. Batua means wallet, कांप गया means trembled. उसके बावजूद एक स्नेह भीगी मुस्कुराहट के साथ मैं तुमसे गले मिला था और मेरी पत्नी ने तुम्हें सादर नमस्ते की थी. In spite of all that, with a very nice smile, I had greeted you and hugged you, and my wife had treated you with a namaste. स्नेह भीगी मुस्कुराहट means a smile full of love. गले मिला था means I had hugged you. तुम्हारे सम्मान में ओ अतिथि हमने रात के भोजन को एकाएक उच्च मध्यम वर्ग के डिनर में बदल दिया था. O guest, in your honor, we had converted our nighttime meal to a high middle class dinner. Now what the author wants to tell that the host, in spite of having financial limitations, they wanted to treat the guest very well. So their normal meals, which was very simple, they converted it suddenly into a high middle class dinner, means with lots of extra dishes included. तुम्हें स्मरण होगा कि 2 सब्जियों और रायते के अलावा हमने मीठा भी बनाया था. You might be remembering, other than 2 vegetables and a raita, we had even made sweets for you. Smaran hoga means you might be remembering. Sabziya means 2 vegetable dishes. And raita, children, you might be knowing in the hotels normally when you go, they give you raita. It's like a thin buttermilk with a few vegetables in it, like onion, raw cucumber, etc. So here, this shows that even the meals that they were having, they used to have it very carefully, not spending too much on them. But because the guest had arrived, they were doing all these extra luxuries. इस सारे उत्साह और लगन के मूल में एक आशा थी. Now, the host says that behind all that excitement and hard work, there was a basic hope. Utsaha means excitement, lagan means hard work, ke mool mein means on the basis of all that excitement and hard work. Asha means hope. आशा थी कि दूसरे दिन किसी रेल से एक शानदार मेहमान नवाजी की छाप अपने हृदय में ले तुम चले जाओगे. And what was the hope that the host was having? That just the next day itself, after having an impression of a grand hospitality in your mind, that guest will leave or depart. Shandar means grand, mehman nawazi means hospitality, ki chhap means impression. हम तुमसे रुकने के लिए आग्रह करेंगे. We will request you to stay back. मगर तुम नहीं मानोगे और एक अच्छे अतिथि की तरह चले जाओगे. But you will not listen and just like a very good guest, you will go away. पर ऐसा नहीं हुआ. But it did not happen like that. दूसरे दिन भी तुम अपनी अतिथि सुलभ मुस्कान लिए घर में ही बने रहे. Even the next day, you continued staying in a house with a smile. हमने अपनी पीड़ा पी ली और प्रसन्न बने रहे. We drank our hurt and then we kept on smiling or being happy. Here, pida refers to the pain that they were having, thinking that is going to continue. स्वागत सत्कार के जिस उच्च बिंदु पर हम तुम्हें ले जा चुके थे, वहां से नीचे उतर हमने फिर दोपहर के भोजन को लंच की गरिमा प्रदान की और रात्रि को तुम्हें सिनेमा दिखाया. Now he says what they did on the second day as part of their hospitality. He says they had taken him to heights of hospitality. From there they came down. They thought that that is a maximum they should do. But then the next day when he continued, they still continued doing that. The afternoon meals, which used to be very simple for the host, they gave it the look of a lunch, which means that they all made that also grand. And in the night, they made him see a movie. स्वागत सत्कार means hospitality. उच्च बिंदु means heights. Lunch की गरिमा प्रदान की means they gave the dignity or look of a lunch. हमारे सत्कार का यही आखिरी छोर है, and this is the end of our hospitality. जिससे आगे हम किसी के लिए नहीं बढ़े, and we have never crossed that hospitality limit for anyone. That means they had reached the heights of hospitality. आखिरी छोर है means it's the end. इसके तुरंत बाद भाव भीनी विदाई का वह भीगा हुआ क्षण आ जाना चाहिए था, जब तुम विदा होते और हम तुम्हें स्टेशन तक छोड़ने जाते. After this, those moments of emotional departure should have come when you would have departed or left, and we would have come till the railway station to leave you. Bhav bhini vidai means emotional sending off. Vida hote means when you would go away. तीसरे दिन की सुबह तुमने मुझसे कहा, मैं धोबी को कपड़े देना चाहता हूं. The third day morning you told me that I want to give the clothes to the laundry to be washed. यह आघात अप्रत्याशित था और इसकी चोट मार्मिक थी. This was really an unexpected blow, and इसकी चोट means the injury that it made was really very delicate. आघात means that blow. अप्रत्याशित means unexpected. मार्मिक means it had really hit the delicate feelings. तुम्हारे सामिप्य की वेला एकाएक यूं रबर की तरह खिंच जाएगी, इसका मुझे अनुमान न था. Now when the guest told the host that he wants to give the clothes to the laundry, so that was an indication that he was again going to continue staying in their house, and he could not tolerate that, the host, because he was already towards the end of his financial limits. तुम्हारे सामिप्य की वेला means the duration of your presence. मुझे अनुमान न था. I did not have any अनुमान here means I did not have any idea. पहली बार मुझे लगा कि अतिथि सदैव देवता नहीं होता, वह मानव और थोड़े अंशों में राक्षस भी हो सकता है. First time I realized that it is not always necessary that a guest is always a devata or god. He can also be a man, and to some extent he can also be a rakshas or a witch kind of person. Here in Hindu culture, Hinduism, it is always referred that guests are like gods. What it means to say is that all the guests, they just like God, they should come only for some time and they should leave. But here in this case, since the guest was continuing staying, he started feeling as if he's no more a god, he's rather a man, and to some extent like a rakshas, someone who's really come to trouble them. किसी लॉन्ड्री पर दे देते हैं, जल्दी धुल जाएंगे. He said, okay, we can give it to a laundry and they will wash it very fast. मैंने कहा, the host told the guest. मन ही मन एक विश्वास पल रहा था कि तुम्हें जल्दी जाना है. Now the host, he thought that maybe he wants to get it washed fast so that he can leave. कहाँ है laundry? Where is the laundry? चलो चलते हैं. Come, let's go. मैंने कहा और अपनी सहज बनियान पर औपचारिक कुर्ता डालने लगा. I told, and on top of my banyan or vest, I was about to wear my formal kurta. Kurta is a long dress. Banyan means vest. औपचारिक kurta means formal wear. कहाँ जा रहे हैं? पत्नी ने पूछा. At that time my wife asked me where we were going. इनके कपड़े लॉन्ड्री पर देने हैं. मैंने कहा, I said, oh, we have to give his cloth to the laundry. मेरी पत्नी की आंखें एकाएक बड़ी बड़ी हो गई. Suddenly my wife's eyes became really large, maybe out of shock. आज से कुछ बरस पूर्व उनकी ऐसी आंखें देख मैंने अपने अकेलेपन की यात्रा समाप्त कर बिस्तर खोल दिया था. Few years from now, looking at the same eyes or seeing the same eyes, large eyes, I had ended my lone journey. I got married to her. That's what the author or the host wants to say. That few years before, when he saw those large eyes, he liked her and then he married her. So he finished his lone journey. Akelepan means lonely. Yatra means journey. Samapt means end. पर अब जब वे ही आंखें बड़ी होती हैं तो मन छोटा होने लगता है. But now the condition was such that when her eyes would become large, his heart or his mind would become small. He would get tensed up. वे इस आशंका और भय से बड़ी हुई थी कि अतिथि अधिक दिन ठहरेगा. Now the host could understand that her eyes had become large because they were now doubtful and fearful that the guest is going to continue staying in their house. और आशंका निर्मूल नहीं थी. अतिथि, तुम जा नहीं रहे. And that doubt was not baseless. That doubt whether you are going or not. The doubt whether he's going to continue there for how long. निर्मूल means baseless. लॉन्ड्री पर दिए कपड़े धुलकर आ गए और तुम यही हो. The cloth we had given to the laundry for being washed, they have come, but still the guest was there only. He did not leave. तुम्हारे भरकम शरीर से सलवटें पड़ी चादर बदली जा चुकी और तुम यही हो. The bed sheets which had got crumpled because of your heavy body, we have changed them, but still you have not gone from here. You are in my house only. तुम्हें देखकर फूट पड़ने वाली मुस्कुराहट धीरे धीरे फीकी पड़कर अब लुप्त हो गई है. The host says that the smile which would come automatically at looking at the guest, now slowly it has faded and it has vanished, disappeared. Fiki padkar means becoming faded. Lupt ho gayi hai means has vanished. ठहाकों के रंगीन गुब्बारे जो कल तक इस कमरे के आकाश में उड़ते थे अब दिखाई नहीं पड़ते. And the loud noise of laughter that was there till yesterday in that room, it's no more to be heard because they are so upset with the guest continuing his stay there that no more they are able to laugh with him. ठहाकों के रंगीन गुब्बारे means the colorful and the loud noise of laughter. बातचीत की उछलती हुई गेंद चर्चा के क्षेत्र के सभी कोनलों से टप्पे खाकर फिर सेंटर में आकर चुप पड़ी है. Now they do not have any topics of conversation. So the host says that just like a ball which keeps hitting at all the corners of the room and ultimately it has come to the center of the room and it is lying there motionless. Same way, they have almost spoken about all the topics of discussion and now they have nothing to talk to each other. अब इसे न तुम हिला रहे हो न मैं. Now neither am I nor are you touching or moving this ball. That means they have nothing to talk about. कल से मैं उपन्यास पढ़ रहा हूं और तुम फिल्मी पत्रिका के पन्ने पलट रहे हो. Since yesterday, I have been reading a novel and you have been turning the pages of a movie magazine. Here, upanyas means novel. Filmi patrika means movie magazine. Panne palat rahe ho means you're turning the pages. Panna means page. शब्दों का लेन देन मिट गया और चर्चा के विषय छुप गए. Now it's almost 4 days. We do not have any exchange of words because we do not have any topics to discuss upon. शब्दों का लेन देन means exchange of words. चर्चा के विषय means topics of discussion. परिवार, बच्चे, नौकरी, फिल्म, राजनीति, रिश्तेदारी, तबादले, पुराने दोस्त, परिवार नियोजन, महंगाई, साहित्य और यहाँ तक कि आंख मार मार कर हमने पुरानी प्रेमिकाओं का भी जिक्र कर लिया और अब एक चुप्पी है. Now the host says that they have spoken to each other or they have discussed almost all the topics like family, parivar means family, children, job, movie, politics, relationships, transfers, old friends, family planning, mehengai, inflation, sahitya, literature. And even they have spoken about their ex-girlfriends. And now, since they did not have any topic to talk upon, there was a silence. Here, parivar means family, rajniti means politics, rishtedari means relationships, tabadla means transfers in the office. Parivar niyojan means family planning, mehengai, inflation means rising prices of goods. Sahitya means literature. Zikr kar liya means we mentioned. और अब एक चुप्पी है means there's a quietness or silence. सौहार्द अब शनय शनय बोरियत में रूपांतरित हो रहा है. Friendship now slowly is turning into बोरियत or boredom. सौहार्द means friendship, शनय शनय means slowly, बोरियत means boredom, रूपांतरित हो रहा है. It's turning into or converting into boredom. भावनाएं गालियों का स्वरूप ग्रहण कर रही हैं. Now the host is so irritated with the guest continuing his stay there that his emotions, they are forming the shape of abuse, oral abuse in his mind. भावनाएं means emotions, गालियां means abusive words. का स्वरूप means form. ग्रहण कर रही हैं means they are taking the form. पर तुम जा नहीं रहे, but still the guest is not indicating any move where it shows that he's going to leave. किस अदृश्य गोंद से तुम्हारा व्यक्तित्व यहाँ चिपक गया है? मैं इस भेद को सपरिवार नहीं समझ पा रहा हूँ. The host is so irritated that he starts using words which are not very respectable. He says, God knows because of which invisible gum your character has got stuck to my place. I along with my family is not able to understand that. I'm not able to understand that secret. Adrishya gond means invisible gum. Bhed means secret. बार बार यह प्रश्न उठ रहा है, तुम कब जाओगे अतिथि? Repeatedly this question is going on, coming into my mind as to when you'll be leaving us, O guest. कल पत्नी ने धीरे से पूछा, कब तक टिकेंगे ये? Yesterday my wife asked me slowly as to till when the guest is going to be there. टिकेंगे means till when he's going to stay in their house. मैंने कंधे उचका दिए. I just shook my shoulders. कंधा means shoulder, उचका देना means just to shake it. क्या कह सकता हूँ? What can I say? मैं तो आज खिचड़ी बना रही हूँ. हल्की रहेगी. And the wife told the host that she is going to make khichdi. Khichdi is a very simple dish in which you mix all the vegetables and the green gram together and just, you cook it. There's no extra dish, nothing along with it. Halki rahegi. It will be light on the stomach. So in other words, what she was telling is that no more it's needed to make grand lunches and dinner. Banao, I told her to make it. सत्कार की ऊष्मा समाप्त हो रही थी. The warmth of hospitality was ending because it was getting too long and too boring. Satkar means hospitality, Ushma means warmth. Dinner se chale the, khichdi par aage. They started with dinner and just because of that guest being there continuously, it came down to khichdi. अब भी अगर तुम अपने बिस्तर को गोलाकार रूप नहीं प्रदान करते तो हमें उपवास तक जाना होगा. Now the host is thinking all these things in his mind. Long back there was a tradition, even now in most of the villages this tradition goes on, that whenever a person wakes up from the bed and he's moving out somewhere, he'll just roll the bed and keep. They don't let the bed be just spread out. So here the host says that if tomorrow you do not give a rolled shape to your bed, a round shape to your bed, then we will have to start fasting. Bistar ka gola ka roop, the round form of the bed, which means that he is leaving. Upavas means fasting. तुम्हारे मेरे संबंध एक संक्रमण के दौर से गुजर रहे हैं. Your and my relationship is passing through a stage of transformation. संक्रमण के दौर से means stage of transformation. गुजर रहे हैं means they are passing through. तुम्हारे जाने का यह चरम क्षण है. Now it's high time that you leave. तुम जाओ ना अतिथि. Oh अतिथि, you just leave. He's that irritated, that fed up. I think this lesson is a very good awakening to those people who forcibly go and stay in others' houses for a long time. I think when they read this, they may really feel bad about it. तुम्हें यहाँ अच्छा लग रहा है ना? मैं जानता हूँ. I know that you're liking being here. दूसरों के यहाँ अच्छा लगता है. We all like being at others' places. अगर बस चलता तो सभी लोग दूसरों के यहाँ रहते, पर ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. If it was possible, all people would have stayed in others' places because they like that more. अपने घर की महत्ता के गीत इसी कारण गाए गए हैं. This is the sole reason why the importance of one's own house has always been sung. घर की महत्ता means importance, के गीत means songs. Home को इसी कारण sweet home कहा गया है. And this is the only reason why a home is known as a sweet home. ताकि लोग दूसरे के home की sweetness को काटने ना दौड़े. So that people do not run to take away the sweetness of others' houses. That is why one's own home is known as home sweet home. तुम्हें यहाँ अच्छा लग रहा है, पर सोचो प्रिय कि शराफत भी कोई चीज होती है और गेट आउट भी एक वाक्य है जो बोला जा सकता है. You are liking here, but oh my guest, oh my dear, just think that there is something known as decency, and there is a word called get out, which can be spoken. Sharafat means decency. अपने खर्राटों से एक और रात गुंजायमान करने के बाद कल जो किरण तुम्हारे बिस्तर पर आएगी वह तुम्हारे यहाँ आगमन के बाद 5वें सूर्य की परिचित किरण होगी. After having spent 4 nights of snoring here, tomorrow morning the familiar sunlight which will fall on your bed after your arrival, it will be the 5th sun rays or the sunlight. Kharrate means snoring. Gunjayman करने के बाद means after having spent. Panchwa Surya means the 5th day. It indicates the 5th day after his arrival. Parichit means familiar. आशा है वह तुम्हें चूमेगी और तुम घर लौटने का सम्मानपूर्ण निर्णय ले लोगे. And I wish that those sun rays will kiss you and you will decide of going back to your home. And this should be a very respectable decision. Chumegi means kiss when it will fall on your bed. That is what the host means. Samman Purna Nirnay means respectful decision. मेरी सहनशीलता की वह अंतिम सुबह होगी. So the host has decided that should be the 5th day should be the last day of the guest being there in their house. So he says that would be the last morning of my patience. Here सहनशीलता means patience. उसके बाद मैं stand नहीं कर सकूंगा और लड़खड़ा जाऊंगा. After that I will not be able to stand the guest anymore and my footsteps will falter. That is, I will not be able to tolerate him and I will lose my patience. मेरे अतिथि, मैं जानता हूं कि अतिथि देवता होता है, पर आखिर मैं भी मनुष्य हूं. Oh my guest, I know that after all, guest is like God, but after all, I am a human being. मैं कोई तुम्हारी तरह देवता नहीं. I am not a god like you or a deity like you. एक देवता और एक मनुष्य अधिक देर तक साथ नहीं रहते. A deity and a person, man, cannot stay together for long, or they do not stay together for long. देवता दर्शन देकर लौट जाता है. The deity just appears for some seconds and just returns. Darshan dekar means by appearing for some time, the deity returns. It does not stay with the devotee for a long time. That is the reason why we say that guests are like gods, that they should not be there for a long time. तुम लौट जाओ अतिथि, please return, O guest. इसी में तुम्हारा देवत्व सुरक्षित रहेगा. In this only, in your returning only, your godliness will be safe, because otherwise we will cross our patience limit and we will talk in a very disrespectful way to you. यह मनुष्य अपनी वाली पर उतरे, उसके पूर्व तुम लौट जाओ. Before a person or a man comes down to his own nature, please return to your house. Uff, तुम कब जाओगे अतिथि? Oh my God, when will you return, O guest? So these are the kind of feelings that the host is having in his mind. And especially a host who's having financial limitations, I think any host in that case will have such feelings in mind if the guest arrives, first of all, without prior notice, and then he continues staying there. So I hope, children, you like this lesson. Let's just do the question answers. I'll just explain the English meanings of the questions. Hope you all enjoyed the lesson. अतिथि कितने दिनों से लेखक के घर पर रह रहा है? Since how many days the guest has been staying in the host's house? कैलेंडर की तारीखें किस तरह फड़फड़ा रही हैं? How are the dates on the calendar fluttering? पति पत्नी ने मेहमान का स्वागत कैसे किया? How did the husband and wife or the couple greet the guest? मेहमान means guest, स्वागत means greet. दोपहर के भोजन को कौन सी गरिमा प्रदान की गई? What kind of dignity was given to the afternoon meal? तीसरे दिन सुबह अतिथि ने क्या कहा? What did the guest say on third day morning? सत्कार की ऊष्मा समाप्त होने पर क्या हुआ? What happened when the warmth of hospitality finished? लेखक अतिथि को कैसी विदाई देना चाहता था? What kind of see-off did the host want to give the guest? पाठ में आए निम्नलिखित कथनों की व्याख्या कीजिए. You have to explain the following sentences. अंदर ही अंदर कहीं मेरा बटुआ कांप गया. Somewhere inside my wallet just trembled. You have to explain the meaning of that. अतिथि सदैव देवता नहीं होता. वह मानव और थोड़े अंशों में राक्षस भी हो सकता है. A guest is not always a god. Sometimes he can be a person, a man, and to some extent even a rakshas, a bad person. लोग दूसरे के होम की स्वीटनेस को काटने न दौड़े. People should not run to eat away the sweetness of others' houses. मेरी सहनशीलता की वह अंतिम सुबह होगी. It will be the last morning of my patience. एक देवता और एक मनुष्य अधिक देर साथ नहीं रहते. A deity and a man do not stay together for long. कौन सा आघात अप्रत्याशित था और उसका लेखक पर क्या प्रभाव पड़ा? Which blow was unexpected and what was its effect on the author? संबंधों का संक्रमण के दौर से गुजरना. इस पंक्ति से आप क्या समझते हैं? विस्तार से लिखिए. संबंधों का relationships are passing through a stage of transformation. What do you understand from this sentence? Write in detail. जब अतिथि 4 दिन तक नहीं गया तो लेखक के व्यवहार में क्या-क्या परिवर्तन आए? When the guest did not leave even after 4 days, what kind of changes could be seen in the author's behavior? Now this, I have just explained the questions. Hope you all will be able to answer them. Best wishes, children, and take care.